All right, members, so just out doing a drive, and I thought I'd just touch upon a couple of the rules here that seem to maybe be a little bit confusing for a few players. So, you know, what can and can't be moved around the golf course. The white ropes, they are immovable obstructions. That's easier for you to say than me by the sound of it. So whenever you come across the white ropes that are in position, they're generally there to stop carts going into specific areas. You may obtain relief if it's going to impact the swing of your club, but for another reason, you're not allowed to remove them, okay? So they might be, you know, in the way. Well, unfortunately, that's just tough luck. You have to play around them, over them, under them. But if they're going to impact your golf swing directly, you may obtain relief. But you're not allowed to remove them. You're not allowed to stand on them. You're not allowed to remove or move them in any such way. And they're not the only things. There's another few items out in the golf course that seem to be causing some confusion. I'm going to touch upon those right now. Did you know they cannot be moved? So yes, they are able to be lifted out because they are loose. That is to enable our green staff and volunteers to be able to cut more easily with those. They can be pulled out the ground to be cut. But playing in a game of golf here at Windaroo Lakes, they're not allowed to be moved. So if your golf ball happens to be near one and you're going to hit it with your golf club, you may take relief from it. However, if you happen to be in a position where it's impacting your line of sight, or your golf ball potentially may connect with it on the stroke towards the hole, unfortunately that's just unlucky on your part, and you have to play the golf ball from where it is, and that must stay in the ground. So I will stress that. Those little markers, the 200s, the 150s and the 100s, are not to be removed from the ground. They are a permanent feature, and you are allowed to take relief if they impact the swing that you make with the golf club in your hand. Otherwise, they stay where they are and you have to just play with them in the way. Did you know these? You can't remove those. Wherever they're positioned around a golf course, they are to be left where they are, okay? They're there for a purpose, and you may not remove them. If your golf club is going to make direct contact with the little half moons, then you're able to take relief accordingly. So you take your nearest point no nearer, and you can take your relief away from them, but only if your golf club is going to hit them. If the golf ball might be impacted by the shot, unfortunately that's just a bit of unluck on your part. You must take relief if you're going to hit them, but you may not remove them. However, these little signs down there, so those little bunker signs, you're actually able to remove those, okay? So if you're going to be playing a bunker shot and one of those happens to be in the way, you're entitled to pick it up and move it. All we ask is that you replace it back when you're done. So those little signs can be removed. The cart signs, so you'll see those around the golf course, sort of 20 to 30 meters away from the green. They too can be removed, and again we ask that you do replace them once they have been moved. So if you are going to take one and move it out of the way to play a shot to the green, no problem at all, you're allowed to do that, but we do ask that you place it back exactly where it was, and in this instance here, facing the correct way, because the arrows will dictate to players in which direction they should be moving.